My name is Kamyaroloumi, and today I want to talk about the three biggest things I did that helped me go from 15% body fat all the way down to 10% in just 5 weeks. So, before I get into that, recently I just started my first online fitness coaching business, and I'm helping men lose around 10 to 20 pounds of body fat. So, when I was at 15%, I thought to myself, I need to show people that like what I do actually works, right? Because I did it for my friend. I helped him lose around 20 pounds of fat when I was around 19, 20 years old. And I had to do it for myself too, to show people that it actually works. Because my story is when I was around 15, 16 years old, I was like a really skinny kid. So I never really had to experience losing tons of fat, but I'm so knowledgeable about it and I've helped other people do it that I feel like I could easily help other men do it as well, right? And I feel like now in our day and age now, there's more people I feel like more people need to like lose weight and lose fat rather than bulk up. So I'll probably teach both like in a certain amount of time. I'll probably teach lean bulking and losing fat later in my career, but right now I want to prioritize losing fat. So 5 weeks ago I was 15%. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use my own blueprint that I teach and do it for myself. So I went from 15% all the way down to 10% doing what I teach. So I'm going to make a ton more videos about the process, about how I approach like losing fat. But during those 5 weeks, I want to show you, or I want to tell you my three biggest secrets that really helped me lose around 13 pounds in just 5 weeks and keeping muscle as well. So the first secret is intermittent fasting. So if you don't know what that means, it's basically you're not eating for a certain amount of time throughout the day, and you have a time period where you're eating the food. So let me explain that. I know it's kind of confusing. So for instance, you don't eat for 16 hours and then you eat for 8 hours every single day. That's what intermittent fasting is. So the reason why we do this is because it helps you with fat loss. Because let's say, for example, you have to eat 1,800 calories to lose body fat. And if you take a guy and he eats right when he wakes up till he goes to bed, it's probably a lot harder to not overeat. So, because 1,800 calories isn't a lot of food. So let's say we take another guy that wakes up and he fasts, right? So let's say he stopped eating at like 8 p.m. the day before and he fasts for 16 hours. And let's say he eats around, I don't know, like 3 to 5 p.m. the next day. It's a lot easier to get in your 1,800 calories than when you do that than eating food right when you wake up. So this helps a lot of people and it really helps me because I really like eating food. So I decided to fast 16 hours every single day, not eat any food for 16 hours, and then and have an 8-hour eating window. So I can fit all of my calories into 8 hours. That's what I like to do. And I've noticed, you don't have to do this for fat loss, but I've noticed it's a big hack because again, you just don't feel as hungry as eating right when you wake up. And another tool that I added with this is right when I wake up, my routine is I drink around 30 ounces of water and then I drink black coffee. And the reason why I drink black coffee is because it sustains your hunger throughout the day and it boosts your metabolism as well. So I would drink black coffee and I would notice I just wouldn't get hungry. I just wouldn't get hungry throughout my day until it was time to eat. And if you're the kind of guy that doesn't like drinking coffee, I also recommend that you can drink sparkling water instead. And if you don't like sparkling water, then I just recommend you hydrate throughout the day so you don't get that much hungry. But sparkling water and black coffee is what I showed. I have one client right now, and I gave him this advice. And he's not really a big coffee drinker, but he said he's been slamming down sparkling water, and that has been helping him so much to sustain his hunger throughout his fast. So intermittent fasting can be a really helpful tool to, not overeat so you can sustain the amount of calories you eat every single day. That was the first thing that helped me a ton. And the second thing is eating the same thing every day, but there's like a kicker to it. When I first started, when I was lifting, like seriously, when I first seriously becoming consistent with fitness, I was being 17 or 18 years old. And I remember the coach I was listening to says, hey, you should eat the same foods every single day. And when I first heard that, I was like, fuck that. I'm not doing that. That sounds daunting. That sounds so boring. How can I like how can I enjoy life eating the same foods every day? But here's the kicker. He told me to eat my favorite foods every day, right? So basically what that means is my favorite foods, for instance, are eggs, lean beef, chicken, salmon, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, yogurt. Those are my favorite foods. So I implement and I eat those every single day. And I don't get tired of it because it's my favorite foods. So let's say you, for example, let's say your favorite type of food is like cheeseburgers, right? Instead of going to like McDonald's or going to a fast food restaurant to eat that, I recommend you just learn how to make it and eat that every single day if that's your favorite food. Let's say it's like pasta. If your favorite food is pasta, then put that into your meal plan, right? If you add the foods that you love, it'll be much harder or it'll be a lot easier to sustain with that meal plan than eating foods you don't like. Like let's say chicken and broccoli. Let's say you hate that, then you wouldn't eat anything like that, right? These are only foods that you love that are healthy and that you can. What I recommend is the foods that you love to eat out, like the type of foods that you get from fast food restaurants. Learn how to make them at home and just eat those every day. And I also recommend that you cook all those meals for the week around. Let's say let's say on a Sunday, you decide to cook everything for the whole week. That's what I recommend rather than cooking every single day because it takes so much time. So I would take about 1 or 2 days to cook everything up for the week and eat that for the whole week. And the thing is too, if you get tired of eating those same foods, you can always change it too. And because your taste is gonna change, right? But the thing why I tell people to eat the same thing every day is because you know for a fact you're gonna lose weight. So if I'm eating 1,800 calories to lose weight, I have all my numbers that I need. Let's say I need like 150 grams of protein, around like 200 grams of carbs, and 20 to 30 grams of fat or 40 grams of fat, whatever your numbers are, right? And then I made a meal plan to hit those numbers, plus it's all my favorite foods. If you eat that every single day, then it's so much easier to lose fat because you're not worried if you're gonna lose weight the next day. You're not worried if you're gonna lose weight next week because you have numbers to track it. The whole point of losing fat is to do it in a really enjoyable way, but also get it over with as fast as possible. Because I don't like doing it, and I feel like not many other people like doing it, but you wanna do it in the most fun, most easy, and the most enjoyable way. So in my head, I'm like, what if people just eat the same foods every day? But it's their favorite foods. And that takes a level of discipline to do. However, if you try it, and I feel like you won't realize you'll realize it's not as bad as it sounds. Try it for a few weeks, and if you like the results you're getting, then usually majority of the people will stick with it. Because for me, when I was 17, I had to eat the same thing every day when it was my favorite foods. It wasn't as bad, but when I saw my physique change in the mirror, when I saw results coming in, it's like a switch that flipped in my brain. And I was just hooked. I'm like, you know what? This has worked the best for me, so I'm gonna stick with it. And the thing with this too, is most people get confused, is you don't have to give up eating out forever. Like there are people I know that eat out once a week and still like lose fat and have a really good body, right? If I'm gonna make a future video on this, and I'm gonna make a future blog about this too, but all you would have to do is if you're planning on eating fast food or a restaurant, I would just plan for it. So let's say again that you need 1,800 calories to lose weight. Fast food restaurants and just overall like nice restaurants, all of their foods usually have high calories. So I would plan for it. So right when I wake up, I would just like slam down my protein goal for the day. So if I have to have 150 grams of protein, I would try to get near that number, but I wouldn't have any carbs. I would save all those carbs for the restaurant or for the fast food. So I wouldn't try to go over 1,800 calories when I'm eating at a restaurant. Or you can find your maintenance weight, and then whatever your maintenance weight is, let's say it's like 2,100 calories, I would not go above that. And I would try to get, before I would end the day, if I went to a restaurant, I would just try to hit that number, the maintenance weight. And cheat meals can work and it can help you just lose weight. However, I don't recommend you do it too often just because it's not as healthy. However, it's your life, it's your choice. If you want to do it, I recommend you just do it maybe once every other week, or if you want to do once a week, that can work too. But again, it's all about you hitting that number. So again, if you need 1,800 calories to lose weight, try not to go above that. But let's say the place you're going to go eat at, it's like a lot of calories, you would find your maintenance weight and then try to stick below that number. So that's, I'm gonna make a future video to explain that a little deeply, because it could be too long if I'm gonna explain it here. But that's the second secret, is just eat the same foods every day, but just try to make it your favorite foods. And that will really help you lose fat. And the third thing that helped me the most lose fat is not cardio. It's not running, it's not sprinting, it's just lifting weights, right? I did absolutely zero cardio when I was losing 13 pounds and when I went from 15% to 10% body fat. I did zero cardio. And I've noticed that majority of people think you have to do cardio to lose fat, but that's not the case. You don't have to. The best form of exercise, again, is just something where you're lifting. So the big five are military press, bench press, squats, pull-ups, chin-ups. And then there's also, and deadlifts too. And those are the big compound movements that are the best types of exercises to lose fat. Also, if you can't do any of those exercises for whatever reason it is, there are so many alternatives out there that consists of some sort of like weightlifting, right? But however, if you're lifting weights, that is, in my opinion, one of the best ways to lose fat. And all you have to do is you can lift 3 days a week, and that's more than enough to burn body fat. So again, with my client, my first client, he's lifting 5 days a week, and that's what he likes. And he spends about 35 to 40 minutes in the gym. So really, it's not a ton of time. You don't have to spend hours in the gym. You don't have to sprint. You don't have to run. Again, this process is supposed to be enjoyable and fun. And I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there of what you have to do to lose fat. So if you just work out 3 days a week, 30 to 40 minutes a day, and it's some form of weightlifting, you will be fine. You will lose body fat. And that's what I do. I lift 5 days a week, and I did zero cardio, and I kept all my muscle, and I went from 15%, so I lost 5% body fat. I went from 15 to 10. So try to incorporate some sort of weightlifting, and then also try to eat the same foods every day. Try to make it your favorite foods if you can. And then intermittent fasting with coffee or like sparkling waters. When I incorporated those three into my routine, my results skyrocketed, but I know your results will skyrocket as well. And another thing I'm gonna add, it's like a little bonus. If you add like something sweet to your meal plan, it'll help you sustain with it too. So it's kind of goes along with your favorite foods, but let me explain. Every single night, I make like Greek yogurt, and I have a Crystal Light strawberry pack, and I pour that into the Greek yogurt, and I mix it, and I add like a handful of Fruity Pebbles into that. And that's like my sweet tooth. That's like my favorite snack, and I have like a peanut butter jelly sandwich with it. That is my favorite snack, and that's like how it fills my sweet tooth. However, for you could like make your own ice cream. Like you can make your own ice cream maker, or you could just, whatever your sweet tooth is, I would just add that to your diet, just so you're not thinking about it like getting ice cream outside of like fast food or whatever it is for you, right? Adding some sort of sweet tooth to your diet, or like just sweet meal or sweet snack, whatever you want to call it, this will help you so much just overall enjoying the process as well. There's so many cookbooks out there of like how to make these like meals taste really good, like your favorite foods, like cheeseburgers or like whatever sandwiches, pastas. You could find so many recipes out there. Also, I have my own sort of cookbook too, so if you have any questions about that, or like any like meal suggestions or how to make something, you can always feel free to reach out to me through like my Facebook or email me, which I'll put in the link below, and you can just ask me what it is, and I can send you the recipe as well. Because again, I want you to do this, I want you to lose fat, and I want you to do it in the most enjoyable way that's like long lasting, and you won't give up while doing it. Because again, there's so many ways out there. You know, do tons of cardio, spend hours in the gym, eat like the same boring foods, right? But for me, in my mindset, like that's not fun. That doesn't sound any like better than that just sounds like shit. I don't want to do that. So that's why I'm recommending these three things to you, because they're not as boring, it's sustainable, and it's fun to do. And those are like my 4 biggest secrets, I guess, that I want to share with you and I want to post. I know like this video again is all over the place, but I really think it will help someone like you, and like whatever your goals are to lose fat. I feel like these 4 big secrets will just overall skyrocket your process. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys in the next blog or in the next YouTube video. I don't know which one I'm gonna post. I'll probably post this on the blog and on the YouTube channel as well. But yeah, have a good night. Bye.